You may have seen this article trending in the news lately. Oldest DNA from domesticated American horse lends credence to shipwreck folklore. So let's talk about how cool this actually is. So basically, back in the late 1970s to the 1990s, Dr. Kathleen Deegan from the University of Florida's Natural History Museum conducted some excavations of one of the earliest Spanish settlements in Haiti. They uncovered lots of different archaeological material from this particular site, including a horse tooth. And so that's where this material from this particular study actually come from. And so here's the actual article with all the different researchers who actually published this study. But basically, essentially what they did is they took this horse tooth found from this particular site and they decided to extract DNA and then run sequencing on it. And basically, one of the reasons why they wanted to do that is to try to see if they could determine where the origin of some of the wild horses in North America actually comes from. Now, of course, we have long known that there were Pleistocene or Ice Age horses that once roamed across North America, but of course, those died out with the last Ice Age. So horses were not actually reintroduced in the Americas until colonization, first starting with the Spanish. Now, because this particular horse tooth comes from a site that we know dates only from the early 1500s, and we know that it was only Spanish, then we know that this comes from an early Spanish horse. So what researchers were hoping to do is to see if they could identify where the particular horse came from, and moreover, to see if they could find any of the closest living kin to this particular type of breed. One of the things that they found was that the closest living kin to this particular horse tooth comes from over 1,000 miles away off Assateague Island in what's now Assateague National Seashore. You can learn more about these horses by going to Assateague National Seashore's website, but for a long time, we haven't really known where exactly these horses originated from, how they actually got there. And what this study suggests is that these horses originated possibly from an early Spanish shipwreck. And then, of course, they got off the wreck, roamed free, survived, eventually had ponies, and the descendants are still living there today. And so this has been a long, age-old question that we may now have the actual answer for. And this study just goes to show that even old archaeological collections that have been curated, we can still study them today using cutting-edge technology to learn things about the past that we simply did not know before. And so hopefully we'll continue to see studies like this, and it's just another cool thing coming out of Florida archaeology.